I've always felt as though I live in two worlds, with one foot in the mundane world and the other in the realm of the sublime. And I really think I'm not the only one. In this episode, I'm going to share something deeply personal, a style of painting I've almost been too shy to share here, because you see, I really think it's a sort of witchcraft. Now, whoa. Hold on to your socks, wildflowers. I know that word makes some people a little jumpy, but that's just because us ladies that live in the woods, listen to the wind, and love our herb gardens, well, we've gotten a pretty bad rap over the years. So forget that word and hear me out. We all have powers of intuition that, for most of our lives, go completely ignored. They're not necessarily celebrated in our modern world, are they? So they are pushed to the back corners of our minds, where things like imagination, oddness, and childlike wonder are filed away under I for immature. And I suppose that's why I have been a little hesitant to shout from the rafters that, from time to time, I dip my toe into the mystic and channel what I call spirit paintings. Here it is, my absolutely perfect sketch. Can you not see how awesome it is? I don't even need to do anything. I'm just kidding. This is the final sketch. Just a little bit neater. And this is my initial quick color palette or color guide. So the reason I had to scribble out the initial sketch and jot down the colour palette so quickly is because, and here's the part I'm still shy about, I don't work from a reference photo or have a preconceived idea for a spirit painting. I actually see what I'm going to paint in a meditation. And I see it with my eyes closed. Well, two of them anyway. I mean, the third one is totally popped open. In the meditation, I connect with the person I'm making the painting for, and once I've reached a theta-state, sort of like you would in lucid dreaming, the images just come flooding in. Sometimes it's like a movie and I'm in the body of the person I'm painting for, and sometimes I'm more like an omniscient observer. Sometimes I feel things, and sometimes it's just colours and shapes in a cosmic void. And I suppose you would call that clairvoyance. Anyway, I know it sounds kind of unbelievable, and I know, believe me, the first time that I created a spirit painting this way, it was really weird, but I am able to, I guess, suspend disbelief, and I've always been very open-minded. When I did my yoga teacher training and I learnt about chakra healing and energy work, like deep in the jungles of Sri Lanka, yeah, the things that I experienced, yeah, you can't come back from that. And I kind of joke that the women that guided me through that process, I joke that they poked me in my third eye, and I have never been the same since. So yeah, I've painted around 50 people since 2018, and yeah, I'm so grateful that I get to do it. And it's just the most amazing way to channel art. And each piece is, it's so unforgettable. They are imbued with so much magic, like this cosmic star-strewn golden watercolor sky. I love the way this turned out. Another day dawns at Belladonna Cottage, and as I sip my herbal tea in my witchy mug on the front porch, I'm just absorbing some of that light and thinking about how art is a gift of light. We all have these talents. I've said it many times, these gifts that we are to share with the world. And I think painting, for me, I hope, is one of them. Now, I want to respect the privacy of the beautiful soul that I'm painting this for, so I'll not give too much away. But in this meditation, I felt a rush of wings and the feeling of feathers wrapping around me, the softness, and even, feathery, feathery feeling. And funny enough, I came out of it just about to, sketch out what I saw and scribble down notes. And I was thinking, I'm so bad at painting birds. It's a bird. It has to be. I have to paint it. I can't not paint what I saw. But luckily, I also saw like a lot of golden fiery colors. This could be interpreted as a fantastic beast, a phoenix-like firebird. And also I saw a lot of lion symbolism and lion energy. So I was like, wow, a griffin. I think a griffin is a beautiful amalgamation of the feelings, the symbolism. So yeah, I'm painting a griffin phoenix firebird. Wish me luck. I already know that the feathers are going to drive me insane, but I trust that spirit will guide me and it'll be beautiful. And besides, the one thing that the woman who I'm painting this for, when she came out of the meditation, she emailed me, and the one thing she said she saw very, very clearly was what she thought was an eagle. So, yeah, it looks like you're painting a bird, Nancy. No getting out of it, but we can do this together. I'm sure it's going to be just fine. And how about we take a break from the fur and the feathers and get started on the blue lotus flowers. In the Earth Spirit Oracle, I wrote that beyond the exquisite beauty of the lotus flower lies a deeper meaning nearly as old as time. She's considered by many ancient cultures to be sacred, With her roots deeply latched in the mud, she submerges each night into the murky depths of the river, only to miraculously rebloom at dawn, rising magnificently from the muddy depths, sparkling clean. Indeed, the immaculate lotus flower can be found almost glowing with divine presence in the most stagnant, dirty and polluted places on earth. And I think, to me, she says, no matter what your circumstances, no matter where you came from, no matter what mud your roots are planted in, you can bloom and you can shine brilliant and bright. You may have noticed that whenever possible, I love to paint in my garden, especially when I'm working with spirit like this. I like to walk barefoot in the grass when I take little stretch breaks and listen to the wind and the stories it tells while the different layers of paint are drying. And this is what I mean when I say that this, it's a kind of witchcraft. I think all art, poetry, music, embroidery, pottery, all those ancient crafts that feel like you're channeling something through your hands, that feel like something divine is moving you, and you kind of get lost between worlds. It's all a kind of magic, a spell. And that's why I have no qualms with the word hedge witch. It goes back to my Celtic origins, and it's not a scary thing. You see, a hedge witch was a solitary practitioner of magic, focused on nature, herbalism, and crossing boundaries between the worlds. These wise women, living beyond the hedge, were connected with spirits. They worked with the seasons, and they drew power from the natural world and daily life, baking, preserving, harvesting. These women practiced journeying or riding between the mundane world and the spirit world too. And the hedge in Hedge Witch is really about that symbolic threshold. The hedge was a place that bridged the known village with the wild. And that's it. I love all things wild and free. And I wish my garden were even more wild than it is, to be honest. But really, I'm so sorry if that word offends you. Like I said, the word witch, I'm so sad to see that it has such negative connotations. Even today in 2026, I really can't believe it. But like Bob Dylan said, times they are a-changin'. So maybe soon I won't be so shy to say that, yep, that's me to a T. Just a weird, wild hedge witch with one foot in the other world, painting away in my enchanted garden. It's funny, but when someone comes to me for a spirit painting, I always find that the messages I receive are as potent for me as they are for them. Uncannily so, though I shouldn't be surprised, because that's how these things tend to work. You see, the lotus and the flame, and the firebird and the lion, all speak of rising from the mud and ashes, of being fearless and breaking free, lifting your voice and exploding into luminous colour after a long period of transformation, of quietly growing and enduring the muck. Don't you feel it? Like you've been longing to stretch out your wings and finally flex again? I know I've felt as though recent years have pulled me back over the hedge, planting me firmly in the mundane world, where spirited things must be put aside and being responsible, practical, and cautious, take priority. And that's okay, because a wise witch knows when it's time to balance the worlds and tend to the village. We can't let our cottage burn to the ground while we're out dancing in the flower fields and singing to the stars now, can we? And so I guess after so much time on the dull side of the hedge, I was feeling a little lost. Full of creative ideas, yes, but finding it hard to choose a direction. And then, out of the blue, I was asked to paint this spirit painting. I was thrilled. She said she'd been wanting one for the longest time, and finally it just felt right. I took it as a sign, and I've been so creative ever since. And I'm so grateful for that one little email. So I want to go for it this year. Finish my art book and get it printed, make a new oracle deck, and just follow my joy. I'm that Phoenix Firebird, and I just want to fly. I'm so sick of being cautious and fearful and responsible and, well, boring. I want to step over the hedge and feel the magic again. And I think what needs to happen is I need to let go of the fear, really. I mean, my nervous system has done a wonderful job of keeping me safe these past few years. We've all felt it. The collapse of what we thought was secure and predictable, the future we'd imagined and thought we were working towards, it kind of felt uncertain. I mean, I even started feeling a little silly for believing in spirit and being away with the fairies when things began to get tricky and I had to make some tough choices. But yeah, I don't want to live like that forever. And I know you don't either. I want to reclaim some of that confidence I felt years ago. It wasn't confidence in me, it was just confidence in things going right. When I actually truly believed that everything was going to be okay and that things just worked out for me. That if you were good and honest and kind and worked hard, what could go wrong? Well, I think you know what I'm getting at. Anyway, that was a long ramble. How about we go and sit on the front porch in the shade and draw some oracle cards, which is something I always do when I've finished a spirit session. I, of course, choose the oracle cards that I created myself, and these cards are so attuned to me. So I did write the meaning behind each of them, so I know them pretty well. And yeah, I read some cards to just enhance the message, and then I check out the astrology chart of the person I'm painting for to glean a few more clues. And it's always amazing, although these days it doesn't surprise me, but the cards that I pull and the astrology chart always line up pretty perfectly to what I've seen in the reading. So, and it's still a little scary for me to be so open about this side to my art and my process, because I guess I'm not afraid anymore of, I think, people finding me weird or I guess I'm just gonna take up space and be myself, and if you don't believe, then that's okay. Just be kind to me in the comments. adding the finishing touches to a painting is my absolute favourite part. I always feel that until all those little highlights and sparkles are added, it's just not complete. It's just not magical. And this one, well, it's the first painting that I've added gold paint, and oh my gosh, it just looks so wild against the cornflower blue and peacock green, and I really hope she's going to love it. I almost don't want it to end, but I need to practice some restraint and not overdo it with these little details, and I think we're getting close. Well, that's a wrap, and I think, I'm really happy with it. We got to take it in to the studio and wrap it up and send it off with so much magic and love. And don't forget that you can find me on Patreon, where I have all sorts of goodies, a monthly art print download, and bonus content, videos, and all sorts of stuff. And I just wanted to thank my patrons on Patreon. It's always tricky to say, because without you it wouldn't be possible to kind of keep this channel going. And you give me so much inspiration and encouragement, so thank you so much. And until next time, wildflowers, may your own paintbrushes and pens and whatever you create with be filled with rainbow color and bring you so much joy. And just flap those phoenix wings and fly free. Just do it. I can't wait to hear from you in the comments what you thought of this episode. And bye bye for now, possums.